you did come back. My name is Cilla, and I am participating in the 30 Days of Sketches / Scraptember collaborative event hosted by Christy of Christy's Beautiful Life, Laura Alberts, and the Scrappy Sisters, Katie and Jess. We are at week 4. Can you believe that? This is my layout share, starting with September the 19th. Let's just jump right in. The challenge for September the 19th is to use something old from your stash. My stash. Stash is old. I started scrapbooking in 1999, and I have so much from that period. I took an 8-year hiatus that I didn't buy scrapbook supplies. And I felt like when I came back to scrapbooking at the end of 2017, I felt like I had missed out on a gold mine. And I still feel that way. I think some of the best scrapbooking years were when I was on the hiatus. So I stopped purchasing in 2009 and did not start buying again until the end of 2017. So yeah, I missed out on some really good scrapbooking product years. I believe I've made up for lost time. If you are curious, go back and watch my Grace in This Place videos. Yeah, I've made up for lost time. So September the 19th, I used 4 pieces of cardstock. The turquoise is from Fancy Pants Holiday Stripes. It's called Wish Season. No, it's Holiday Stripes from the Wish Season. And I'll show you the reverse of it. That's the Holiday Stripes. But they put that lovely turquoise on the B side. The yellow chevron is from Pink Paisley. Leap. It was released in 2012. The multi-dot is from Studio Calico. From the Take Note collection, it's called Rolodex. It's from 2011. And by the time I got to September the 19th, I had lost sight of my goals. Has that ever happened to you? Have you just been digging in and really into meeting a goal and then just lose the script? That happened to me. And I had to remind myself of my goals. My goals aren't anyone else's goals, and no one else is held to my goals. This is not competitive scrapping, and I had kind of gotten in that mindset. I gotta do. And what happens when I get in the I've gotta do mindset is I start losing the joy of just creating. So I had to snap myself back. My goals are to use my stash, and this event is allowing me a forum to create where I'm not having to think a ton because I've got sketches to go by. I have a prompt to keep me kind of challenged, but it helps me to meet my goals. And so once I got to this layout and started creating, and I started finding the photos of moving in, yeah, that was a snap back to reality. So these photos are of what my space looked like when we were moving in. And during the last tour, during the setup process. So we hired some guys to help us bring my cajillion boxes of paper up to the 3rd floor. Now, I still wouldn't be set up if they hadn't done that. If they had dropped everything on the 1st floor, I would not be set up because the boxes of paper are heavy. I am chunky, and hauling my rear end up the stairs is a challenge, much less with a box of paper. So I was extremely appreciative that they brought everything up to the 3rd floor for me. I still had to unpack every single one of those boxes, and I got overwhelmed. But I'm not going to go into that a ton because I already have videos that talk about it. But seeing the photos that I had taken snapped me back into reality and helped me refocus on my goals. September the 20th, the challenge was paper tearing. I used 4 pieces of cardstock pattern paper. The turquoise background is from Echo Park Party Plaid from the Happy Birthday collection. The birds, Chamel, Tweet Tweet from Glitter Girl. The yellow large dots is from Pink Paisley Memorandum collection. It's called Ledger. The floral that I gutted and used as my mat is Jelly Bean Soup Miso Paste from You Make Me So Happy. So the layout is about, I've got it titled My Dream. It's the official day of it's our actual anniversary, September the 6th. And you have to understand that my husband and I have traveled for 8 years. If we wanted to be together, we had to travel. And I did a lot of traveling for work. We have traveled for 8 years, nonstop. So when he asked me what I wanted to do for our anniversary, I just wanted to be together. That's it. I just wanted to be together. I didn't want anything fancy. I didn't want anything special. So we just hung around where we live and did some hiking. We did some sunrise chasing, and we were exhausted by the end of the day. We had worn our dog out, Kayla. We had worn her out completely by the end of the day, but it was just so sweet and so special for us just to get to be together. September the 21st, the challenge is to use scraps. I used 4 pieces of cardstock plus some scraps, cardstock pattern paper. They're all from various paper pads. Now, I tore down paper pads back in the early 2000s, and that's where a lot of this is from. So I don't remember what paper pad was what. Let me back up and explain. I had joined in 2004 the 2 Peas in a Bucket forum, website, chat, whatever it was called, and I just fell in love with that website because you could shop. I learned a lot about photography from the forums and scrapbooking, what was the latest and greatest, who was coming out on the scene. It was just a great time. But it was such a big thing in the forums to categorize your papers by the rainbow category, Roy G. Biv. So I did it. I tore down paper pads so that I would have fodder to create my rainbow category. And then I learned that that's really not me. I don't really think in rainbow. And from the early 2000s, when I started my rainbow category, and I have added to it over the years, nevertheless, it's still, so much of it still remains untouched. That it will change eventually, but... So let's talk about this layout. I titled it Love These Moments, and yes, I had to play around with letters and numbers to get these, because in that font I'm running out. These are mourning doves that come visit right in front of our camera, and you can see this one flying in. I love that. But that morning I happened to see the notification from our cameras that it says a person is there. It always says that. I got a notification, there's a person in your backyard. So I opened up the app, and it's these mourning doves, and it's just the way the light was shining and the sweet little mourning doves, and you can hear them cooing in the app. I captured those photos from the Nest Cam. September the 22nd. The challenge is monochrome. I used 2 scenic route, depends on what part of the United States you're from. I call it scenic route papers from the Charlotte collection. It came out in 2005. This is Reminisce. This is Richmond Circle Harbor and the Essex Stripe. The title block is from My Mind's Eye, Freebird Love Title from the Penny Lane collection. So this was a hodgepodge of stuff. These are from another paper that I don't remember. But anyway, because I stuck with a limited color scheme, it helped me make a monochrome or monochromatic layout. I used different shades and tints of the color blue and a neutral. So I didn't want this to be glaring white. I inked my doily. And that just helps to complement the overall design. Now, could I have used bright white? Sure, I can. Because the edges of these flowers has bright white. But the majority of the background tones are cream. So I inked it to keep it from just being super in your face. And some of the stuff was just, when I'm scrapbooking and I'm doing a project and working through a lot of paper, I'll keep out scraps until I'm finished. So several layouts back, I was using some Authentique papers and cut off, because Authentique has a quote on every paper. This layout is about the bird bath in our backyard, and an actual bird was on our bird bath. So this quote, some people look for a beautiful place, others make a place beautiful, I thought was appropriate to celebrate a bird coming to visit our bird bath. September the 23rd. The challenge is to use a heart. I used 3 12 by 12 pattern paper cardstocks, 1 8.5 by 11. Why does this happen? Why do you, when you're trying to speak coherently, the English language just flies out the window? Maybe that's just me. The navy is from My Mind's Eye on the Bright Side collection, is the polka paper. The floral, which I used, oh gosh, my brain just went blank again, a cut file. This heart is a cut file, and I used the My Mind's Eye Jubilee Tangerine Adventure Charming paper. I used 2 of them. I used the A and the B side. This is the yellow with the polka dots. It was the B side. I used 1 title card from My Mind's Eye, Wild Asparagus. Brave Boy. You can't even tell that was Brave Boy was ever there because I covered it up. This layout, titled Hope, is about us driving to Alabama from New York to get another load. And it was early morning, and as the sun was coming up, you can see specks from my husband's truck's windshield. A rainbow appeared, and so I snapped a picture, and it's just having faith and having hope has been instrumental for us. So this is just an homage to having some hope, because we were finally getting to move. Well, I just read my notes. This is September the 24th. The challenge is to use wood veneer, and I did not meet that challenge. I think I meant to and just gapped. The navy paper that is my mat is from Basic Gray Aged and Confused collection. Or maybe this is Aged and Confused. It's from the Vagabond collection. Something. The green is unknown, but on the B side, it has a great ledger. The stripe is from Echo Park Summer Adventure. It's called Beach Stripe. The stars is also Echo Park, and it's from Party Time. The paper is called Star Foil. And I've got 3x4 cards. This is my son, my youngest son, when he was much younger, and we had gone on a hike together, and he wanted to show me that he could climb the big rocks at DeSoto State Park. So on the hike from the boardwalk, there are some very, very big rocks, and he was being brave and a little adventurous. September the 25th, the challenge is to use punches and dies. I used 3 pieces of cardstock. The green is Kaiser Craft from the anthology collection Botanist. The stripe is Simple Stories I Am collection, Creative. The floral is from the Simple Stories Bloom collection. That's also the mat, and it's called Inspired. These dots is just the B side of the stripe that I used for my scallop border here. And I used my dies for the leaves, and I used a punch to create this border. And my side hustle for years has been a photographer. I do weddings and family shoots, senior portraits, whatever I'm needed to do, I'll do it. So I was on a photo shoot, and my youngest son, this is once again when he was really little, he wants to go with me, but he got very bored while I was doing my thing, and I glanced over because, you know, I'm constantly trying, you know, keeping an eye on him to make sure that he's obviously not getting in the water or doing something dangerous. He was being very good, but I snapped some photos of him, and he caught me taking pictures of him. You see him looking over his shoulder at me. But I just thought they were sweet photos of him playing and entertaining himself while his mama was doing her thing. This is, oh my goodness, this is the end of week 4. We are going to be wrapping up next week. So come back and let's talk about another layout share to end this challenge. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.